It is bright as hell out here. Yes, it is. Holy schnizzle. It's time for the shades. Holy cow, Florida can get so hot. Not gonna miss it when I dip out, that's for sure. So, and I rewatched that video back last week or something. Well, I'm not really up to date like what people would consider a shot, because some people it's like this, some people, you know, and I know Mexicans and Latinos can drink, so their shots are usually like a whole shot glass. But I don't know, I have my limits. Jack Daniels and vodka are really strong, at least it is for me going down. So there's that. But got me a shot of Crown and my chaser, my Sam's Club. So and just talk. Put this over here. That one just a quick show because we all know how that goes. That's why some people have creative like bottles that they have their liquors, rums, and you know, tequilas in, which I'm like getting me some of those. I didn't know that was a thing, but now I do. So, I don't really have a lot on Taraji that I want to, like, discuss or whatever, and I'm so afraid the dogs and this guy's taking his dog out. He's looking at me like he wants to eat me for dinner. Anyways, Taraji P. Henson. So, I'm watching Heart to Heart. I had to rewatch it over because it's been a long time since, you know, I watched it and I didn't really go through all the videos and all the seasons and stuff, so I was on like season 4, and so I was like, well, let's start it over, and of course the first one was Miley. I really don't do that, but I do it on camera because I think it's funny. But Empire, I freaking loved her on Empire. Like, she was my favorite, like, actress on there, like, out of all the cast members. Her husband was really good too. I'm a fan of his also. He's a little intimidating looking, but I like Taraji P. Henson because, and when I said, like, I had just found this out today, like, in Kevin's episode, with her pink hair, that I always knew, like, watching Empire, like, I was like, you always get that thought, like, you know, that girl, is she a gangster in real life? And the fact that, you know, it could show through her movies was just like a plus. So that, and she's free-spirited, and she just has no give a fuck, and she says what she thinks, and she don't hold back, and I like that, you know. And, I'm not doing that one right now. Just not doing that one right now. Maybe after I have a couple of meat. Oh. Okay. So, oh yes, I will just have favorite people, part 2. And I'm going by, well, obviously, if you know, you know. I've said it so many times, so, demeanors, how they hold themselves, how they talk in interviews, you know, basically, what they all about. Kind of like what Kevin does, that whole aspect. So, Jamie Lee Curtis. I think I mentioned her, so whatever, she got a double shout out, and I love her. Oh my goodness, I don't know if my brain was like, put her on there again, because if I had to take pieces of me and say, okay, well, part of me is like this person because of this, or that, you know, and then you have different, and then it makes, like, and then you make your whole, like, now you know where I'm coming from. Like, in that mind, I take, like, yes, I'm Star all the way, other than how they depicted her in that series. That's pretty messed up. But, Jamie Lee is, like, I don't know, that woman, she's intuitive. I'll just say she's intuitive. I just get so many reads that fly off the handle when I say Jamie Lee Curtis. Like, because I research these people, I watch them in movies, I watch body language, I watch how they do things, how they you know, just everything, because we want to know who we're watching, right? Of course, everybody does. And I just get a lot of reads just bouncing off of her. Like, she feels so deeply. Like, the only way I could explain it is the way I feel. Like, when somebody's telling you a story, or if she tries to tell a story that kind of is dear to her heart, or something that had really, like, affected her in a big way, that maybe she won't cry, but you'll see the tears kind of well in her eyes, and that she's trying to muster courage to be able to talk about that hurt or say whatever it is. And again, here we go with this damn mic thing with Rebel, because Rebel don't know how to get her shit together. Oh. See? You see that? That was a love bug. I'm a fucking sweetheart, dude. I mean, I can be that way. I can get turned up. But it takes a lot to get me to that point. And I know turned up means, like, you know, I mean in a negative way. Okay, come on now. That's the first. After the second time I grounded, got all these love bugs. I'm seeing ladybugs and just lizards, and I don't know. It's kind of awkward. But I love her. Everything she discusses, everything that comes out of her mouth, everything that she talks about, and the fact that she looks you dead in your eyes, you know, and sometimes she'll look down or, you know, fiddle with her hands or something, but that woman has more heart than probably half the world. Like, even more than me, because I don't know how old she is. I'm only 43. I think she's in her 50s. God forbid, I hope I'm right, but because I don't like doing that. But man, that woman, I can't even fathom just the soul that woman has. It's just so massive. It's massive. That woman loves to love people, but she has gotten fucked over more times than she can count, and sometimes right from the start. So next on our list, look at me all trying to be out. Oh hey, little buck. Drew Barrymore. What the hell is going on here? I like Drew Barrymore because she is awesome. And she, just like Jamie Lee Curtis, I would say Drew Barrymore is the same way. And gets emotional easy, gets really, 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 really psyched up. I would say Jamie Lee Curtis is a little more low and mellow, low key than Drew is, because Drew's just that big, bubbly child inside, and just loves everybody and likes to be right up in your face. And it's awesome. And I just now recently started watching The Drew Show. So, there's that. Keke Palmer. She is awesome. I love Keke. She's freaking hilarious. I had to research to see if she is like one of her labels is like a comedian, because that woman has me rolling. Keke Palmer is really funny, really down to earth, very loving soul, very sweet. And, you know, I think everybody in the industry has had a lot of experiences and eye-opening experiences. But, I just get that, like, I feel like she was shafted a lot. And, that's pretty messed up, because that woman has got some really amazing talents with, I haven't listened to her music. I guess she has music out. Did not know that. So I will do my homework and listen to some of it, because I love to support any artist, but I also like to support the artists that I love. So I will definitely check out her music. Terrence Howard, and I put in parentheses next to it, Empire, because my mind. Welcome to 51st Dates. But, again, Empire, that's who I couldn't think of his name. He is, like, the persona that I get from him is, like a mafia type of persona. Like, just real intimidating. Real intimidating. Real, cutthroat. And I don't mean that in a negative way. Very, very, very intimidating. So, he... Academy Award, you know, whatever, you know, the highest award you could possibly get for doing a series or a movie. I would say that Empire would definitely be up there, and I'm about to rewatch the season all over again. Keep Cookie in, because them two make that series. So, Cat Williams. Don't know a whole lot about him. I've seen him in movies. I know he's a comedian. I know about how he feels about that. I just recently had seen that. But, he's funny as shit. Another one, just like Terrence, very, I don't want to say standoff, but like, say something. I dare you. Like, you know, like the confidence to not have to worry about anything. Like, I'm not talking about financial, I'm just talking about in general. And can be like, really put you in your place if you needed to be. So that kind of aspect. So, and then last but least, which this one coincides with all the guy actors that I had just mentioned. And that's kind of like why I like them, because they have a very hard exterior, and they are exactly what they are in a series. They were, you know, as people. And like Terrence, like, not trying to, you know, but I guess what I understand is he grew up in the hard parts of town, and he had to struggle and help his family, and just, it was a hard knock life. And he had the slang sometimes, you know, but I mean, I know the gist of things. So, there's that. Ice Cube. Well, hello there. Jesus. Watch, it's gonna come right back. Yep. There she blows. Come to Florida, it's awesome. Nah. Ice Cube. Very quick to tell you where to go get fucked if he is not feeling what you're about, or what you're saying, or what you're trying to represent. Again, just like Terrence and the other one, you know, very hard exteriors. Kevin, I would say the same thing. Kevin says, like, a lot, but he sits there and says, I'm dumb, you know, or maybe he's kidding around or joking and stuff like that when he's interviewing people, and he's like, I'm dumb, and, you know, part of it, in his eyes, you know, quote me if I'm wrong, part of it he believes. Like, obviously, he don't believe he's dumb, because he has built an empire out of, like he said, nothing, and he's really come up and come above. But basically, in that aspect, like, it's because he's listening to everybody around him, and he's like when he said, I don't know if it was with Cameron Diaz, which was the last episode, or if it was Taraji. I think it was Cameron Diaz, but he straight up said, none of my fucking friends like me, or none of my friends even like me. You know, because I've noticed that Kevin may be short and Kevin may be small, but Kevin speaks his mind, and Kevin's got a lot to say. And if anything, if nothing at all, I've noticed that, like, because of his height and his stature, that he kind of makes up for that in other ways. And he has no filter, and yeah, maybe he got caught into some messed up stuff, but I want to believe that Kevin will come out of it stronger than he was before. Because I have a very lot of respect for him, for that show that he has, Heart to Heart, and he's sitting there getting to know people, and really getting to know them, but yet there's a comedy aspect in it as well, which I love that part. And you can see some areas are kind of uncomfortable for him, but he handles it like a boss. And for that, I have nothing but respect for him. And, you know, it's like in that last episode, you know, he had said that, you know, the whole trench coat thing. I didn't know that, but then again, that would be weird. You know, you don't just blurt something like that out. Hey, everybody, next one's kind of, I might get a lot of hate for it, but I'm not even trying to approach it like that. If you know me, you know me. So, plastic surgery. And I want to talk to people who have never done it, have never had it. You know, I never would have the balls to go through something like that. And then at the second thought, I would never want to, because I don't want to change what has been given to me. Because I feel that it's been given to me for a reason, and for whatever that reason is, I will then find out. Why change something that has a whole story to it? To something that, like, when you have a new face or new whatever, then that's a whole new story. And what about the problems that may or may not come with that along the line? And I've seen a lot of horrid things to where they don't turn out. They don't turn out. I mean, I really don't want to label what the aftermath of it is, because it's scary. It's heartbreaking. Some people would laugh at it, you know, but that's somebody's, like, self-esteem you're laughing at right now, because once they see what they see, it's down here from there, and then they're gonna start to wonder why they did it in the first place, or maybe they should have researched it better and went to somebody that was a professional and saved up the money to get it done right, because your image is like a third of your being, and in this time today, it's 100% of your being. And what I would say to that is, I'm not saying don't do it, because I'm not a freaking saint. I'm not your mommy, I'm not your daddy, but research it. Look into it. Look up, like, images and stuff of people who have done it, and the aftermath that it turns out to be. And maybe not every situation is going to be the same, but if you're don't have the money to really, like, be very precise and on point with what you want, and know and confident that who it is can do it and it can be okay, then cool. But if you don't, 9 times out of 10 you're gonna regret your decision. And it's really, 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 really sad. It also raises a lot of health risks to your body, to your skin, as your skin is the largest living organism of your entire body. And it's not cool. And once, you know, and I get a lot of people are self-conscious, or this isn't the way they want it, or that's not the way they want it. But when they get that really messed up surgery done, they're gonna look back and they're gonna wish that they had what they were unhappy with, because at least that wouldn't have got them made fun of, or that wouldn't have been as worse than it can be with what you look like now. And when a lot of people do it, I see and notice that a lot of people are becoming obsessed, like obsessive compulsive, like obsessed with it, and they're going way above and beyond. And some girls want to look like a Barbie doll, and then they look like something that they don't want to look like, or maybe they think it looks good, but the whole entire population is just like, I don't even know, you know. because everybody's opinion is different, and I don't know what my opinion would be on something like that, because I don't like making opinions and stuff like that, because it's not my journey. I'm not the one that had to go through it. I'm not the one that had to endure everything that was with it. So basically, I just, like, I'll say it, and I say all I can say about that if I was to give an opinion that I feel for the person. And I feel for wherever their mindsets were in that time to make them feel like so bad about themselves that they wanted to get that done. There's ways, like, you can exercise, you can do yoga, you can do, healthy shakes in the morning, or like maybe you do 10 sit-ups or push-ups when you wake up in the morning. I mean, like, there's routines that you can set for yourself, or stuff like that, to get yourself into a routine to help yourself look better and feel better. The next one is remember who you are. If you're getting into music and acting or modeling, this message is for you. I can't imagine that feeling if you finally succeed in breaking through. Congratulations. I don't know you, but I'm proud of you. But always remember along your way, never forget who you are as a person. And another one, people get famous and they get into the limelight and they make it big and they just break the scales, so to speak, and become this big, huge thing. But a lot of the time that you need to, like, more now than I think, is that you need to not forget who you are throughout that process. Never lose touch of who you are or what you were all about. And basically saying, don't ever let anybody manipulate you or tell you that you can't do this or you can't do that, or you're not allowed to feel this way or you're not allowed to feel that way, because that's the beginning stages of grooming and trying to mold you into what they want you to be. And that's not how it goes. Never forget who you are as a person. As you go into what you're going into, hold on to that, because that's what's going to get you through that next day or that next month or that next year, or maybe the next 10, if it's long term for you. And I think it's very important. You should always remember who you are and what you represent, so that when people try to change that, maybe you can recognize it and you can put a stop to it and walk away before you get too far in. And yeah. So I have one more, and that is it. My photo top is for the day. Accomplishments. Hey, bitch, hey. So I'm very proud of myself of achieving all I've achieved. I would have never guessed, looking back, as I never believed I was as strong-willed enough to think of even doing what I do, or what I am doing now, to which says I have also grown as a person with my pages of Facebook, my YouTube channels, my audiobooks. I'm so proud. What accomplishments have you made, and how that made you feel in that moment when you look back and see all that you have accomplished up to now? And for that, that's a proud moment, as I proved myself that it's never too late to make a positive from your negatives. And that's all she wrote, folks. And I'm doing it. Just kidding. Anyways, at 30 minutes, I'm going to go ahead and end this. I hope you enjoyed the video. And if you did, you know what to do. Peace out. and take care.